Hello everyone, and welcome to my bold and beautiful official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. After Liam's Tumor scam job was revealed, Grace was arrested. Will she go to prison? After Liam Spencer's Tumor fake-out is revealed, spoilers for the bold and the beautiful suggest that Grace Buckingham might be jailed. Will the money grabber end up in prison? It appears that Liam was treated for a tumor that never really existed, based on all the facts that B&B is now providing. After collapsing at Bill Spencer's house, Liam did in fact end up in the hospital with a brain bleed, but everything else seemed to have been part of a larger plot, changing Liam's scan to another one and making it appear as though he had an inoperable brain mass wouldn't have been that difficult. We would say that the medications Grace provided Liam are to blame for his deteriorating health. It appears that Grace has been assembling the elements of this fraud for some time, and she proceeded to the last stage after Dollar Bill appeared to cover the cost of Liam's medical miracle. Stated differently, it appears like Grace made up Liam's tumor in order to persuade Bill to cover an unexpected treatment. It's likely that Liam's recent surgery only involved a cut on the back of his head to sell this. Naturally, Grace is rushing to settle previous debt involving her ex-husband, Reese Buckingham. Although it's clear that Grace feels bad about what she's doing, if Paris and Zoe Buckingham have been threatened over unpaid debt, she might be defending them. No matter what Grace faces, manipulating Liam and Bill in this way is cruel. Because they had been fearing Liam's inevitable death, Hope Logan and Steffi Forrester are also victims of persuasion. If Liam's tumor was a hoax from the beginning, none of that was necessary. When the inevitable truth is out, you can guarantee that Bill will want Grace to pay. Grace might end up in jail for fabricating Liam's dire illness and persuading Bill to spend a lot of money on an experimental treatment that never existed. If Grace is taken away in handcuffs and put in jail, that will be satisfying. With all the debt turmoil, the show may attempt to make Grace feel sorry for herself, but she should be imprisoned for her crimes. Stay in for more on the upsetting news that lies ahead in Bill's ferocious response, as spoilers for the bold and the beautiful indicate that Grace won't get away with this indefinitely. Is this the miracle Liam has been seeking? According to teasers for the bold and the beautiful, Liam will receive some good news. At least that's what he hopes. For Liam Spencer, these past few months have been a long and difficult journey. He was informed that his life expectancy was short due to an incurable brain tumor. But now that he is aware of the opportunity, he is prepared to seize it. Luna Nozawa almost killed Liam, but it just made him realize how much he wanted to live. Grace Buckingham, who has been urging Liam to get help for weeks, was overjoyed by that. Bill Spencer, who held himself responsible for Liam's shooting, was also pleased. And with good cause. Bill must accept some of the blame for what transpired because he is the one who released Luna back into the world. In order to complete the task, Bill must also take Liam to a secret facility. Although he is anxious about his son, he is relieved that he can take action to try to save his life. Lately, Grace has been acting a little oddly. Something is obviously wrong based on her phone calls and texts while she was at John Finnegan's office, as well as the way she glanced at Liam and Bill while they were chatting among themselves. When Grace and her colleagues start working on Liam, Grace is still occupied with her phone. Bill doesn't even check where the money should go before sending the $1 million to Grace. Is Grace using Liam's life as collateral for a sinister scheme? Is there a tumor on his body? Grace has served as the go-between for Neuro and Liam thus far, but has she been sharing the full truth or has she been keeping something from them? Recall that back in 2019, Liam had some issues with Grace's husband as well. To see how these plots unfold, watch brand new episodes of The Bold and the Beautiful airing on CBS over the week. According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Liam will receive some good news. At least that's what he hopes. Taylor loses, Rich saves Brooke and Luna hides. Rich Forrester saves Brooke Logan from certain death. And Taylor Hayes and Nick Marone lose the game of love, according to The Bold and the Beautiful. As the lengthy summer draws to a close, let's take a look at all of the intense action happening. Buckingham performs another operation on Liam Spencer during the week of Grace. Liam is taken from the hospital while unconscious after Bill Spencer steps in and takes matters into his own hands. Bill could want Liam to see a specialist or receive experimental treatment. Bill might have been able to save Liam sooner if he hadn't been so obstinate about keeping his death a secret. If Hope Logan and Steffi Forrester find out what Bill did during the week, he might be fired. Meanwhile, Lee Finnegan, Luna Nozawa's grandmother, granted her a respite. Bravo to the fans who predicted that Lee will do the same thing with Luna that she did with Finn. No one is grieving for Luna even though she should be dead. As Lee operated on the murderer, she developed a conscience for some reason, and it seems that Lee hid Luna in a place where she could heal quietly. We weave such a complex web. Will Luna's life change as a result of Lee's generosity? We suspect a redemption tale is imminent, and she has a lot to answer for. Fans are treated to on-location footage shot in Capri and Naples during the week. Nick Marone attempts to win Brooke's heart in Italy, but he has to deal with Ridge Forrester, who is envious. Warning: everything changes once Brooke suffers a major accident. Ridge becomes more aware of his actual sentiments after nearly losing Brooke. Ridge is able to save his Logan while he and Eric Forrester are in Italy. Ridge comes to the realization that Brooke, not Taylor, is his true love during this process. Does anyone else wish Tay-Tay preserved the engagement ring receipt? However, since Taylor and Nick are unmarried and eager to socialize, all might not be lost. According to explosive show spoilers, there will be a lot of intense drama on television over the next 3 weeks, along with significant romance developments. Steffi's 7-word outburst after finding Luna's lair. According to teasers on The Bold and the Beautiful, Steffi Forrester might have a 7-word reaction when she finds out where alive Luna Nozawa hides. Eventually, Lee Finnegan will have to deal with her daughter-in-law's wrath, so let's discuss the impending confrontation. It's clear that Lee's assertion that Luna passed away during her recuperation is untrue. Lee didn't want to see Luna go back to jail, since she's now starting to feel sorry for her past tragedy. Lee believes her niece didn't have the life she deserved because Luna had Poppy Nozawa as a mother. Lee now exhibits protective loyalty, as if she wants to take care of Luna and make up for all the ways Poppy let her down. Now that she's undoubtedly taken Luna away to complete her recuperation in privacy, Lee will have that opportunity. Bradley Baker, the deputy chief, was prepared to lock Luna up again and never let her out, but he was unable to do so since Lee allegedly staged Luna's death. We will eventually see Luna in hiding since she will continue to air. More sequences with Lee and Luna are forthcoming, so she will have the opportunity to fully back Luna and explain everything. But this is the sort of secret that will inevitably come back to haunt Lee. We should consider the consequences of Lee's deceit, because she cannot keep something this significant buried permanently. Although Jacqueline McInnes Wood's maternity leave may cause some delays, Steffi will finally discover what Lee is concealing. When Steffi discovers Lee lied about Luna's death, you can bet she will become furious. Steffi looks prepared to respond to Lee with the 7 words, "Luna belongs in prison, not with you," since there is really no one way she can respond to that startling revelation. Steffi will claim that Lee is endangering everyone, and will be furious about Luna going into hiding. Keep checking back for more on Steffi's shocking news and the criticism Lee will encounter, as this could result in the confrontation of the century. What might happen to Grace's career? There is nothing going on with Dr. Grace Buckingham. Viewers are left wondering if she is acting shadily like her imprisoned ex-husband in this plot. She forced Liam and Bill to undergo an experimental procedure that is rife with suspicion. Bill and Liam were prepared to take this chance. Liam changed his mind about passing away. He understood that he could survive anything if he could survive a gunshot wound. He now wishes to continue living and defending his family. Grace has participated in Liam's medical care. She found out about his survival preparations. She diagnosed him with a brain tumor and gave him medicine. She is now after Bill's money. She told Bill about this potentially life-saving experimental technique. The only issue is that it costs $1 million. But is saving a life worth it? Or, given the danger, may it endanger Liam's life? Grace has behaved duplicitously along this process. She even performed brain surgery on Liam. Bill might put an end to her medical career on his own if he finds out the truth. Grace didn't appear happy with herself when she got the deposit on her phone. Was she coerced into providing Liam unnecessary medical care? Only Grace is aware of the reality. It's possible that Liam's brain mass wasn't the cause of his death. Bill was desperate enough to offer her whatever money she needed to save his son's life, after she had just discovered the ideal candidate for surgery. She carried out the operation without Bill and Liam's approval. $1 Bill might return to torment Grace and put a stop to her career. He already has the ability and resources to accomplish it. Messing with him is the last thing she would desire.